Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy J Mac, and we here on Wealthy Hours, where application of wealth is power. Today, we rocking with just a special guest today. And ain't really a guest. He really helped us start the brand, but this is just actually his first episode. My brother, my best friend, my business partner, somebody I've been in the trenches with for almost over 30 years. And I like to introduce none other to the boy. They call him Youngster Mal. The boy Jamal Evans. What's going on, bro?
I appreciate you having me. You know, took a little minute for me to make that 4-hour drive, man, from Houston to the D. I'm here though.
Yeah, you here?
Absolutely,
man. So we definitely got a lot to talk about today, man. We got a lot to unfold, but just before we even get into it, man, just tell everybody your story.
As far as what trading, as far as business,
tell everybody who is Jamal Evans.
Just me, man. From Waco, we grew up together. Went to Prairie View A&M, graduated from there, moved to Houston. Now married, got a handful of little ones running around. You know what I mean? Been married for 11 years now. Business-wise, I mean, as you know, we've done all of our business ventures together, trading. All type of MLMs, life insurance, box trucks. I mean, Amazon. I mean, we done it all.
Right.
So, man, just always looking for opportunity.
Absolutely. But you already know, like, the reputation doesn't precede itself. You know what I'm saying? They always say the reputation precedes itself. But, like, when a lot of people see Jamal Evans, they automatically say, man, success, life is good for him. Life is, grand. Like this is the person that I look up to. Like, just tap into the role, because a lot of people think they'll see Jamal and think their role was easy, but there was like work you had to put in. There was like challenges you had to face, challenges you had to overcome. Tap into that,
man. Patience, man. And grinding and really not stopping, continuing to learn. I just think a lot of people they think it's easy. And I know at one point, I could look at other people and be like, man, he got it made, you know what I mean? Or, he skipped a line, or somebody handed him something, you know what I mean? And then, after, the trials and tribulations, you finally figure out, like, wasn't nothing handed to him, you know what I mean? And it take a lot of patience, it take a lot of grinding, a lot of staying up late, a lot of waking up early, a lot of losing money, a lot of hustling, forgetting bad information, bringing in new information, building on top of that, trusting other people, collabing, relationships, you know what I mean? Losing relationships. It's a lot. It's a lot to go into it, and it never stops. Right. That's the piece that a lot of people don't understand. Like, you never really get to a point where you're gonna be able to just stop. Unless of course you run up, a few M's. You know what I mean? I think at that point, I know, like a job, you can retire from a job. As an entrepreneur, you continue to work and work and work and work and work until you decide to actually stop. But most entrepreneurs don't stop. It just continues to go.
You said most entrepreneurs don't stop. Like I said, we've been together ever since first grade, I want to say. And
Absolutely.
I mean, that's definitely a blessing, because a lot of people can't say that they are still best friends with the people that they've been with since first grade. But even in high school, though, bro, like when we were trying to get jobs, you would get a job and you would quit it, like within a week, within 2 weeks or whatever. Like, was that kind of like your signal or your sign that, man, I can't work for nobody? Like, there's gotta be another way. Like why did you always have that feeling, like when you would get a job, you'd be like, nah, this ain't for me. Can't nobody, what was that like?
At the time, I don't think I really understood, but what's crazy is, and my son is saying the same stuff now, and I'm getting on him about it, but I just knew I did not want to work. You know what I mean? Yeah. It sounded crazy, you know what I mean? And I was raised by my grandparents, so you already know how that sounded to them. But I knew I didn't want to work. I knew I didn't want to work for somebody. And before I even really understood the whole pyramid aspect of the CEO and all of that stuff down to the workers. I just knew I'm at work. I knew my boss was making more money than me. I knew somebody owned the building, somebody owned the company. They making millions. I kind of already understood that a little bit, and I just didn't want to work for nobody. I just wanted to work for myself. Without really grasping the concept of being an entrepreneur, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, so you already kind of like had that bug. We go to Prairie View, you know what I mean? That's a different environment for us as far as being Waco kids, you know what I mean? City moving fast. We see, you know, we 17, 18-year-old. We see people, you know, riding Lexus, people riding candy paint, people doing all of that, people getting money, you know what I'm saying? Got the jury, got the status. Did that play a part into like, okay, like what's going on? Like, I need to tap into what they got going on legally, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think I heard a quote. I don't remember who it was from. It might have been like Wallow, honestly. He said, exposure leads to expansion. So, you know, we come from Waco. A lot of stuff you don't see. And if you don't see it, you don't know. You know what I mean? So just growing up in Waco, small city, everybody working. Everybody waking up and are going to work. And 5 o'clock, they getting off, you know. We really don't have a suburban area, so ain't no mansions. You really don't. Nobody's riding Lamborghinis and these luxury cars, you know. And once we get to Houston, it's a normal everyday thing. And I'm looking at these houses and I'm looking at these people driving these vehicles, and I'm like, wait, they look like me. They look young. How they get this? How did she get this? Like, what do they do? And then you just kind of figure out, like, oh, they work for themselves. She works for herself. He has his own business. And, of course, you do see the, you know, the black engineers, the black doctors, the black lawyers, you know what I mean, which is something I didn't grow up seeing. As a kid, when I think of a doctor, I just think of a white man, you know what I mean, or a white lady. Same thing for a lawyer. I just picture and envision a white man. Move to the city, you got the gumbo pot. You know, Hispanic, Latino, you know, you see everybody doing everything. And that did kind of push me towards like, okay, I know what I want to do at this point. Yeah.
So let's tap right into that. You in school, you at Prairie View, you see a lot of multicultural dollars going around. I got to tap into that. So you learn about the Forex market, right? And I'm proud to say he's one of my teachers. Jamal was one of my first teachers. When we were roommates and we were in college, he was on his laptop doing something. I didn't even understand it. Like, I was still trying to hoop and make music and do all of that.
Absolutely.
But you got introduced to the Forex market, like early, before the IML, before the multi-level marketing, for all of that. Like, what was that like for you?
So we got a friend named Vic, as you know.
Shout out Vic.
And he was in the military, and he was telling me about Forex, about trading, about Forex. And, of course, it was going through one ear and out the other. You know, I didn't know anything about it, so it was just, you know, Spanish, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then he kept talking about it, and finally met the guy who introduced him to it. And you know the story.
You got to tell it, though. You got to tell it.
Long story short.
Short story long.
We went to the strip club.
There you go.
Went to the back.
Keep it real.
You know, it wasn't honestly, no dancing, no none of that. We went to the back of it, you know, sat down on the couch, ordered some food, and I literally watched this guy make about $8,000 within 45 minutes.
In the strip club.
In the strip club.
That's crazy.
No dancing, no alcohol, just wings and a laptop. And I watched him make, like I said, like $8,000 in about 45 minutes. The light bulb came on at that point. Because, of course, you know, you ask most people what you want to do. You know, I want to be an entrepreneur. What does that look like? Most people don't know. You know what I mean? And at that time, I was one of those, you know, I just know I want to work for myself.
Right.
When I seen him do that, that was it for me. That was it. Like, you couldn't tell me that wasn't going to be the route to me making my first million. That's a point blank period. You know what I mean? At that point, got my laptop, downloaded the necessary apps and things like that. And, you know, it wasn't we didn't have, it wasn't the MLMs. We didn't have YouTube at that point in time. We didn't have the TikTok, the Instagram. None of that stuff wasn't even invented yet. So it was just a lot of me doing research, just looking up different websites, trying to find some books, trying to, losing, winning, practicing. And then, of course, it just became this big popular, the thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Trading, day trading.
But you were trading before it became popular, though.
Absolutely.
And then at that point, like fast forward, you making some nice money, still playing with the education route, doing different things like that. Then IML comes around, and I call you, right? And I'm like, hey, they got this thing about trading, bro. I know you already been trading, and you jump into your first MLM. So, like, I want to tap into that because you learned trading without the MLM aspect, without the recruiting and bringing in people like that. How did you feel about it? Like when I kind of brought you the concept versus like you already knowing how to trade.
Man, honestly, I was kind of excited about it because I was like, okay, something that I've already been doing, I'm already educated on, and now they're bringing it to the masses. Maybe I can jump to the front of the line since I already have the majority of the information that a lot of people are about to be asking for or wanting.
Right.
And of course, once I jumped into MLM, and I had never been a part of a multi-level marketing company ever. I had honestly never had even heard of it.
Right.
And it was a big shocker. You know what I mean? It was a big shock. It was something different. I did learn a lot. It was a lot I liked, and it was a lot a lot that I did not like at the same time. So, but it was a good experience. I'll say that for sure. Yeah.
All right. And then, so did that like impact or like kind of give you like a new outlook on like entrepreneurship, or was it like?
It did. It gave me a new outlook because I went from trading to figuring out, oh, he's trying to learn what I already know. She's trying to learn what I already know. Thousands of people are trying to learn what I already know. Guess what? I may be able to teach them. So I went from just trading to becoming this coach, you know what I mean, and kind of starting my own quote unquote mentorship program or training, so it kind of gave me a new line of business, I guess you would say. Yeah.
Gave you another stream. I saw you do extremely well with that. I saw you help a lot of people make a lot of money, help them understand the charts. I always said, like, nobody can break down a chart like you. Give me your best trader, and I'll put him in front of Jamal, and Jamal will rip him apart.
Man, I appreciate it.
As far as trading goes.
Absolutely.
And but like for the people that think it's like easy, and the people that want to get into it, like, what advice would you give them? Like, as far as people thinking they just gonna come in, make all this money.
Yeah, and that's not gonna happen.
Okay. Why?
What can you join where you can immediately make a whole bunch of money? It don't work. And it don't even work. And that don't even work. It don't even work like that. You know what I mean? But there's nothing out there where you can just jump in and make a whole bunch of money. If it was out there, we would have already ran it, running in the ground at some point.
Yeah.
Man, it just takes a lot of patience. It has to be more than about the money. If you really want to learn the skill set, then you can be successful. But if you get in it to make money, if you get in it to flip your 5K, flip your 2,000, you're trying to flip an account, you won't ever master the skill. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be looking for the money rush.
Right.
I'm just trying to make a dollar. Right. And it don't work like that. You have to learn the game. You have to get educated. It's a lot of mindset that goes as you teach. You know what I mean? It's a lot of mindset that comes behind it. And you're going to lose. And you have to learn to be okay with losing. It's a lot that goes into trading. It's a lot. Just joining and thinking you're going to make a lot of money is just not going to happen.
So three key tips you would give somebody that wants to learn how to trade right now. I know you said psychology, mindset. So what mindset would you say a person immediately needs to have? What work ethic would you say a person immediately needs to have? And then whatever else?
Again, I'm big on being patient. You know what I mean? As long as you can be patient in the market, be patient with how fast or how slow you're learning the process. Just be patient. If you can have patience, you can, you know what I mean? You can make it, because it takes time. It just takes time. To me, that's just one of the biggest ones, because I can wrap patience into almost anything. You know.
So I mean, so I know you were getting ready to give another tip. So like the Forex millionaires or the gurus or whatever we saw on social media, that is a very, very small percentage of people. Do you think that's like because of people having lack of patience or just having false expectations? Like what do you?
I believe that it's just like the NBA or the NFL or the real world. In the NBA, it's only a couple. You got your superstars, it's a small. You got your all-stars, it's a couple more people. And then you got your regular players. That's just you know what I mean? That's just the way of life.
That's a good way.
Everybody's not going to be a millionaire trading Forex.
Right.
And that's something I had to realize. I know I want to make a million, but once you figure out that number, what's your number that's going to allow you to live the way you want to live? You know what I mean? Once you figure that out, then you break that down, and now you know how much money you actually want to make, how much money you need to make. Some people just want to trade just so they can pay their car off. Some people want to trade just so they can pay rent. Some people want to make $20,000 a month. You know what I mean? So you have to find out what your number is. What's the end goal?
Right.
If you're just trading, you know what I mean? What does that look like? You losing money, you winning money, are you keeping up with it? But if you say, hey, I need to make $5,000 this month, break that down, and now you got somewhere to aim at that point. Yeah.
So would you say there's any secrets in the Forex market?
I wouldn't call them secrets, because I think all the information is out there. Everybody has a different strategy. Everybody's skill set different. The way I trade, the way you trade, the time I trade, the time you trade, how much money is in your account, how much money is in my account. All of that stuff varies. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that there is any secret. I would say there's information that people miss, you know, or don't take the time to really pay attention to. Something that we like to look at is the percentages.
Yeah.
You know, the 1% a day. Something that seems so minimum, something that seems so small. But if you take a certain dollar amount and you just calculate 1% a day, and you do that for the year, or you do it for 2 years, and you look at that end number, and you'll be surprised at how much money you can make by doing 1% a day.
And that's amazing to me, bro, because it's like, that's what I teach. I teach 1.3% a day or 2% a day. And it's amazing to me to how many people goes, that's too long. Well, I'm starting off with $100. Like, you want me to compound $100 at 2% every day? Yes, I do.
Yep.
Because it's not going to look the same in a year. It's not going to look the same in 2 years. Well, I got bills right now, and I got this and I got that, and my account's overdrawn, and Granny need this, and so like, is that the patience piece that you kind of referring to?
There you go. That's the patience. That's the
Mm-hmm.
patience. People are in so much of a rush for something that they haven't even had this whole time. You know, and they finally get this opportunity, and they want to step on the gas. They want to smash the gas instead of really taking the time and really taking care of this opportunity. And let me learn. Let me educate myself. Let me take care of this. Let me figure things out. They just want to, hey, I got $5,000. I'm trying to flip this 5,000. It's like, this ain't. You might as well go to the roulette table for that.
It don't work.
Yeah, it don't work like that. You know, but that's a part of the patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you just made me think of something key, bro, because it's like, you know, all through our life, especially, you know, people with the black hue or the African American hue, we're always told to wait on God. But it's like when you start doing entrepreneurship, God goes out the window. And I've never understood that, because we're from our grandparents, from our parents, my dad's a pastor. What do they always say? Be patient, wait on God.
Yep.
Know that God is present. Know that God is, you know, the blessing is there. The blessing is near. But when you put him in front of a chart, all God goes out the window.
Everything go out the window.
Right, because they want it now. They want the million. You know, they want to turn the $50 into $1 million in 2 hours.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, by next week.
and people got to know that God is like purposely doing that. You have to go through your trials. You got to go through your runs, so
Right.
you'll be ready for the blessing that He gives you.
Mhm.
And I think that goes back to patience. So what you said there was key.
A lot of the times too, them being impatient is because of the internet. It's because of social media. It's because of the gurus. It's because of them showing the luxury. It's because of that. You know, you scrolling every day and that's all you seeing. You want that now. You know, not realizing how they got it, or not realizing even if it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you got people that inherited money that might made money other ways, and then get on the camera and talk about Forex and show all the stuff they got. You thinking they got it trading, and that's not how they got it. You know,
It's not factual.
even if it's theirs, you know, it might be rented. It might, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I think social media play a big part in that, though.
So what would you say to the people that are looking at social media, judging Jamal's chapter 15 with their chapter 2?
Man, run your own race.
Facts.
You can't run my race. I can't run your race. You don't know how long it took. You don't know what it took. You know what I mean? We've taken super losses.
Yeah.
Super losses. We've taken L after L after L after L.
And we get into it.
And we continue to bounce back and continue to try and continue to go on my bag and continue to educate myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So nah, man, you definitely can't judge a book by its cover, because, you know, we've definitely took some different risks. You know what I mean? Of course, all legal, but when it just comes to finances and a lot, you know what I mean? It takes a lot. It just takes a lot at the end of the day. Yep.
Absolutely. So we make this money in Forex. We make this money in MLM. We rolling. We've seen more money than the average American.
Absolutely.
Right? So we Jamal says, Mac, we need to venture out, right? This one was my venture. I'm not gonna talk about the box truck, but the venture one, the oil and gas, right? I bring you an oil and gas opportunity. I meet a gentleman that you taught me how to trade. I teach this gentleman how to trade, and he says, "Hey, I have an oil and gas company. The returns we're making in the Forex market is great." But I have it to where you can also make 30% a month, right?
Right.
I test it out. I put a significant amount of money in. I get a great return. First person I call is you.
Right.
I show you the returns. Bring you up to meet them. And then now, not only are we teaching people how to trade, now we're oil and gas tycoons. We're landmen type stuff, right? Let's tap into that. So what did you think when you initially saw that versus your entrepreneur journey?
Right, man. Honestly, I thought we made it. Once you brought the opportunity to me, and once I met the individual, I don't even want to say his name. Once I met him, and you know, and of course, me prejudging, I'm seeing how he's living, I'm seeing how he's, you know, his vehicles, I'm talking to him. I'm like, that's it, it's over with. Like, it ain't no turning back. Like, it's up from here.
Penthouses,
it's
helicopters,
it's on. And so that's when you first brought it to me, I thought my life changed. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's probably the first time I've ever felt like that. Yeah.
And then so you get in the game, we start running the play. Then we find out that the company itself is legal, but there's personnel misappropriating funds, right? And then this is the story they don't know. The feds get involved, right? Even I'm in one of his homes when the Fed kicks in the door, and I get handcuffed and hit with guns. And first person I call again is you, right? So what did you think when I called you in handcuffs?
Man, when you called me the first time, I was
you called my dad, right?
I did.
Okay,
I called him. So you called me.
Yeah.
It was like the feds outside. And it's like, what, 4 in the morning? We were going to Oklahoma?
6 in the morning. We had just got back from Oklahoma.
What? No, we were going.
Oh, we were supposed to go to Oklahoma. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm like, what? I mean, the feds outside. I had to sit up in the bed. I'm like, but what are you talking about? He was like, Jamal, the feds are outside.
Right.
They surrounding the house. And I'm like, what? So you hang up, and I'm just sitting there. And I try to call you back and you don't answer. And I try to call you back and you don't answer. I'm like, oh my God. So then I call your dad. I'm like, have you talked to Jason? He's like, nah. I said, he said that the feds were surrounding the house. I said, call him and check on him. I said, he's at old boy house. You might want to pull up over there. I don't know what's going on. And then it's about maybe 2 hours later, you called me back and was like, hey, Jamal, Officer Ramsey want to speak to you.
Yep.
I was like, Jason the snitch? What's going on? You know what I mean? I was like, nah, but it wasn't nothing, to snitch on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, the feds want to talk to me?
Yeah.
How you doing? He's like, when you come down here, I just want to have a conversation with you. We don't want you. It's nothing to do with you or Jason. It's the other individual. We've been watching him, since, I don't know what he said, like
2018.
2018, we've been watching him. He's been under surveillance, but want to have a conversation with you. I'm just like, all right. Like, hung the phone up with him. Man, my heart sank, bro. Yeah. I got a headache. I started sweating. I was nervous. I'm just like, man, please tell me this ain't what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it was bad. Yeah, that was a bad situation.
So a low point definitely in my life. That was like the lowest. I mean, that was definitely. Would you say that's like the lowest? I mean, you've been through, like I said, people see Jamal Evans and they see success. They see, I mean, because you've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? We've been blessed.
Right.
Nice cars, jewelry. Penthouse suites, all of that. But that point in your life, lowest point, right?
Man, besides my grandmother passing, that was the lowest point in my life. That was the hardest situation I've ever dealt with. It really showed a lot about, I was impressed with myself and how I dealt with that. You know what I mean? Because it took a lot. They played with, with my face card at the end of the day. People, like you said, people see me, and people don't know, like, not to get too much into it, but I brought in like $1.4 million worth of investments myself, just off of me messaging,
just off of the name Jamal
off of my
Evans.
face card, people that I really haven't had any interactions with on any type of level, but maybe trading, some of them not even that. Me messaging them on Facebook and saying, hey, look at this opportunity. And people saying, here go 20,000. Here go 40,000. Here go 50,000. Just based off of my face card. So I held that to the highest regard, to the highest standard, and now all of this finna get slapped back in my face, and I gotta go face
all of these people. What is it? 367 victims? 460?
It ended up to be like 400. Yep. Yeah, so that was hard. That was tough. That was tough.
Yeah. So I mean, so guys, I mean, we really saying all of that to say, a lot of people get on the internet. They see you and they see the end result and they see, the shell, but they don't see what, the molding that had to go into it internally, because that was definitely a point where guys said, okay, yeah, I'm letting y'all experience this life, but I'm going to take it away. And then when I give it back to you, you guys are going to appreciate it much more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, pretty much, I know you lost multiple six figures.
Yeah.
I did too. Again, we had the box truck business that wasn't doing good. We had to kind of like scale back on the box business. Like, what was it in you at that point that said, okay, I need to bounce back. I need to. I can either let this break me, or I can, take this situation and turn it into a positive instead of
yeah. I mean, it took a minute. It took a minute for me to even get back to that point. You know what I mean? But again, as an entrepreneur, you can't stop. I was saying that earlier. Like, you never quit. You can't quit. There's always going to be new opportunity. There's always going to be new money to be made. There's always going to be new relationships that you got to build. So I just knew I couldn't stop. I got the fam. I got the kids. Like, I know I got things I want to do in my life, things I want to do for my kiddos. So I can never stop. You know what I mean? So it did take a minute for me to mentally get back there, but that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so just getting back into it and just trying to just tap back into that entrepreneur, that hunger, that go get 'em. Like, like, what would be your advice for somebody that goes through that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you tell them? Like, I mean, because like you said, a lot of people make entrepreneurship out to be sweet, and it's not, right? And there's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows. Like, you're gonna go through the Rocky movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we fighting Apollo on this one. We knock him out, but now we got Mr. T. You know what I mean? Like, Mr. T, he a little bit harder. He knocked me down. Now I got to come back and I got to bless his game.
Yeah.
Now we got Drago. You know what I mean? So, like just give people advice on that. I mean, because that was like a pivotal moment.
Yeah. Man, fall fast. Like, just go. You gotta fall fast. If I could, and I don't know if you was gonna ask me that, but if there was any advice I could give my younger self,
I was gonna ask you that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's but that's what it was. That's what it would be. It's fall fast. Just go. Just go. If you lose and you learn, you know what I mean? I think it took me a minute to realize that, like, it's not a loss.
Yeah.
It's a learn. The L means learn. It's not really a loss. So I would just, because I was afraid to lose. You know what I mean? You don't want to look crazy, but at the end of the day, don't nobody care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, nobody cares.
Or they happy you got the problems anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. So just go. Just go do it. Fall fast, keep going, keep pushing. That's I mean, it sounds so cliche, but that's like the truth behind it. Yeah.
So you said that's what you would tell your younger self. What are you telling the Jamal 5 years from now?
5 years from right now?
Well, what would you tell future Jamal?
Go harder.
Go harder?
Yep. To go harder. Yep. I would say that because right now I'm going super hard. You know what I mean? And again, as an entrepreneur, you cannot stop. You know what I mean? I know some people are getting it, you can sit back and collect your checks, but you got to keep going. So my advice, and the same thing I tell my son, man, just go hard and go harder. Go harder than you did last year. You know what I mean? If I could do that, I think I would be good. You know what I mean? I think Ross said it. If you can just get 1%, like the same as trading, get 1% better every day.
Absolutely.
If you can get 1% better every day, at the end of the year, you'll look back and you will definitely see huge improvement.
I read something, or I think I saw it on the internet. They said, man, if you were 3,000 no's away from $1 million, how fast would you want to get through those no's?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when you said fall fast. That's like so profound for me, because like now where I am now, like I said, we had to do a major bounce back, but I'm just trying to get through all my no's. You know what I mean? And I don't care who's going with me.
Yeah.
I don't care who don't want to do this and who don't want to do that. Like this round is much more personal for me, right? Because we dug ourselves out of that hole. Because a lot of people don't know, and I guess I'll share it on here. Like, we went from having over 800K, you know what I'm saying, practically millionaires, to having $5,000 to our name with, $7,000, $8,000 a month worth of bills.
Man.
Right? If that ain't a hustler, then what do you call that?
That's
you know what I mean?
Financial literacy lesson. Like, I was just telling myself that. Like, I think sometimes to be financially literate, you have to take the L's. Just blowing 100,000 or losing 100,000 or whatever the case may be, that will teach you a valuable lesson about money. Just in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, even in that time, we trading Forex, we got oil and gas, we got our box trucks, we got multiple streams of income, like they tell us to do on social media. And it was weird because when we blew 100,000, we didn't care.
I know.
You know what I mean? But when you lost 100,000, it was
different.
God. Yeah, it was different. So definitely it teaches that. So yeah, man. So oil and gas, we go through that. We go through that. Now just trying to bounce back, like just through everything that you see now, like on social media, because I think we talked about it. We talk all the time, but we see like, with the information is out there, but it's very limited. You know what I mean? Because there's a whole nother level of finance, success, acquiring wealth that we don't even know about. But we're put in this bubble of life insurance, real estate, Forex trading, REITs, high yield savings accounts, all of this stuff. Like, so like now in 2026 with everything that's going on, all of this opportunity, like what moves are you looking to make? You know, because like I said, everybody's in that one pit, like you said, that one gumbo pot of credit and music and rap and all of this and all of that. So like, what would you like to see, or like what's the paradigm that you would like to put out there, or the new move or the new motion to just basically say, hey, we got to get out of that. Like we got to figure out what it is, because clearly what we're doing as opposed to what the others are doing, or what I'll say the elite are doing, we're not doing all that.
And not.
Yeah.
Just more strategic, being more strategic. Again, I know we talk about it, but every year I see 100 new people doing taxes.
Yep.
I see 100 new people can give you lines of credit. They can give you funding. I see people, you know what I mean? It's like you just see the same repetitive people doing this, quote unquote, you know, entrepreneurship. And to me, it's just like a money grab. You know, you see the pictures that they got their arms folded like this, and they want to do your taxes.
You ain't
doing
doing nobody, are you doing your taxes with somebody got their arms folded?
Come on now. You know what I mean? But it's just like the same repetitive, you know, do the life insurance. So I just think being more strategic and something that's going to last.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Something sustainable.
Right. Something sustainable. Even something tangible. Something that you can really have your hands on. And just have an end goal in place. You know what I mean? And not just, oh, let me learn how to do these taxes so I can make a couple $1,000s during tax season, and then, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So like, just from a cultural standpoint, why do you think there's that difference? Because like I said, it's like, you know, people of African American hue, Hispanic hue, whatever, Asian hue, even the Asians. I mean, because what, they got hair, they got donut shops, they got liquor shops, they got, you know, restaurants. You know, Hispanics got restaurants, got landscaping, they got this, and then you got African Americans, like you said, credit, real estate, trading, you know, this, that, and then it just seems like, and maybe it's because we're not tapped into that, but it just seems like the, you know, the Jewish, you know, the Caucasian, like they're not doing all that, but yet and still they still have acquired the mass amount of wealth. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, what do you, I mean?
I don't know where it started. I just think it's like a lineage thing. You know, it's like we go to these Shell stations, they ran by Iranian people, you know, and I, you know, had a chance to speak with some of them before, but their parents taught them how to acquire. They're teaching their kids how to acquire. They hire their own family members. They got all the Shell stations, point blank period. You know what I mean? And we just looked up some of our old classmates. You know what I mean? And his daddy was a dentist.
Yeah, he a dentist.
Daddy was a lawyer, a doctor.
He a lawyer and a doctor.
It's kind of lineage, you know. Black people, we hustlers. So I think we just pick up the hustle and not really to get the education, find out how we can, you know, acquire this business and really learn. I just think whatever is quick. You know, I can do your taxes.
Right.
You know, buy the program. Put the numbers in there, take a little class. I do taxes now. Same thing with credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You buy the program. Learn how to send the letters off. It's something quick. So people, I think we just so quick hustle. We want the money now. We want the money now instead of the long-term play, the long-term goal.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just say this too. Just
hold on, and no knock on the people that do taxes.
Of course not.
The people that I'm just speaking about what I see.
Yeah,
you know
now,
what I mean.
We're saying this just as a mind expansion.
Exactly.
Like, we're not doing this to knock anybody, because we need all of that regardless
1,000%.
of that. But what we're saying is there more out there? And I'll just elaborate more on that. I'm glad you said that, because we're definitely not knocking that.
For sure.
What we're saying is this: you know, African Americans send their children to college. Other races send their children to the office.
Absolutely.
That's the difference. What we're saying from that is simply this: like, looking at Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors, deemed in you know, in the world.
Right.
We're like 1.6 trillion or something now at that point. But now, why is it that politicians that have salaries of 130,000 a year are getting more returns than Warren Buffett now? Right? They're making 149% in the green or in the black, wherever you want to say it, positive gains. So we're saying all of that to say this: there's more information out there as a culture that we need to be tapping into, like you said, to make it more sustainable, to do something more long term, not just a quick grab, not just the arms folded pitches. Okay, how do we really erase the 400-year gap that we've experienced? You know what I'm saying, as a people, like, and I'm glad you said that. Like I said, we're not trying to downplay anybody's business,
right? Absolutely not.
Yeah, but by the same time, why is this the only things that we see? You know, what are the politicians investing into that we can get into?
Yep.
What was Warren Buffett's true strategy? And I know one of them was longevity, but it's something more than that.
Right.
It's not just getting in on Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? At this price when they sold one bottle, and now they're like the biggest company in the world. Like, how do we tap into that wealth like the Jewish have, and so on and so forth?
Sharing the information too, you know what I mean, and not gatekeeping information. I know we have a big problem in the black community is just putting our people on, putting our people in position. You know what I mean? And I know one of the topics we was going to end up talking about, you know, maybe on the next one is like, don't bring me nothing that I can't bring you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you closed with that.
And that's a big thing. You know what I mean? Somebody will be quick to be like, hey, look at the opportunity. Look at this business plan I got. Look at this. And then when you say, hey, well, look what I got. It's like, nah, I got this over here. Yeah. It's like, you know, it has to be even trade. Like if you really, they'll approach you as if it's, they want you to be their business partner, but you just like another recruit. You know what I mean? You know that they'll see you as a valuable asset as long as you are working under their umbrella. You know what I mean?
And you know what that sound like?
What?
A job.
It's all the same.
That's what that sound like to me.
It's all the same.
A job. So maybe Melvin, my shout out to A-List Photography, man. Y'all please tap into that. But maybe he'll bleep this out because this is definitely going to be on our next episode. And I apologize, Trey, for saying this. Just saying this sincerely from Wealthy Hours. Don't bring us shit that we can't bring you.
Wow, 100.
And I mean that with the utmost disrespect. Yeah. Because the thing about it is, like you said, as a people, we have to stop being so closed-minded. Your idea is not the only idea that works. Yeah. God is not a God of one idea. God is a God of many ideas. What makes you think that God blessed you with the idea and he's not going to bless me with it? You know what I mean? You're not more special than me. You're not more important than me. Yes, you had an opportunity in IML or whatever it was that made us a lot of money, but we had tons of opportunities that you could have made a lot of money with us as well. Right. So it goes both ways. So if you can't show me that mutual respect, you know, and you call me a friend, you call me a brother, you call me whatever it is you call me, if I can't bring you an opportunity, don't bring me one.
100. I 100% believe in that. I know we had that talk, but yep. Yeah.
So I mean, I know we're getting close to time. So like, what's next for like Jamal Evans? I want you to like kind of like close with a gem for the people that they can leave with. I want you to kind of just talk to them and let them know how they can tap in with you. You know what I'm saying? With the moves you're getting ready to make. Like just give them the opportunity to connect with you.
Want to be honest?
Yeah.
100% honest?
Yeah.
Right now, man, I'm focused on me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's hard. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Any business venture, of course, besides you, you know, we talk every single day. But I'm looking for something that I can put, that I can be 10 toes down in myself, and I don't have to recruit. Or I don't have to ask. I don't need your sign up. I don't need to make sure you paying the monthly subscription. I don't want to do that no more. I need something that I can put in my hands and be 100% responsible for if it goes left or if it goes right. So I won't have to look back and be like, man, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. I can be like, okay, I did that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm really focused on right now, just to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How can the people tap in with you?
Social media, it's all the same. Jamal Evans, Jamaal, last name Evans. It's my Facebook, my Instagram. I just got back on social media. You know, I've been out for like a year, just trying to refresh my mind. I'm probably about to get back off. I've been on for a week now, and I'm already tired of it. But you can get at me on Facebook, Jamal Evans. Very easy to find.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we just gonna close with this, man. Just know that the gumbo pot. Guys, that we're, just know that there's more ingredients to it. Like, you don't have to just stick to the shrimp and the sausage and the chicken.
Yeah.
There's so much more out there that you can tap into, so many more opportunities that you can achieve, and then so much more. We're just limiting ourselves, right? We need to stop limiting ourselves. It's more than us, than credit, than real estate, than Forex, than stocks, and all of that. The world is a big place. Opportunities are everywhere, and our God is limitless. So with that being said, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in next time where we're going to tap into it. I'm J Mac, my boy Mal on the ones and twos. Y'all be blessed. Remember, 3 C's in life: choice, chance, and change. You got to make the choice to take the chance in order for things in your life to change. Sign out.
Absolutely.
Wealthy.